Hello, Paso Verde scholars and parents. Today I'm going to go over how to use the Google Classroom. So what is Google Classroom? Google Classroom is a place to store all of your Google assignments. Teachers will post assignments in the Google Classroom and you will check your classroom account daily. This is what the Google Classroom icon looks like. So getting started in Google Classroom, make sure that you're logged into your Google account. Your login will be 2 letters or your initials, followed by a short series of numbers, for example, AB234 at nusdk12.org. It's important that you put at nusdk12.org or you will not get in. And then if you are already logged in, you can visit what we call the waffle icon. Other teachers might call it other things, but it looks like the picture below with the 9 squares in it. So you're going to locate that on in Google once you have signed in, and that will take you to your Google Suite. Then once you're into Google Suite, you're going to find the Google Classroom icon, just like the green square on the right here, and then click on that icon, and it'll show you which classrooms you've already joined. For instance, I show my classrooms there. I just have my homeroom right now, but you can add any number of Google Classrooms, and most scholars should already have those from last year. You can archive those old classes so that they don't show up when you first come onto this screen, but you don't have to if you want to continue to look through those classrooms. But you should see your classrooms if you already have some. Now, if you don't see the classroom that you need, you're going to have to click the add-on classroom option that looks like the plus sign, which is right near the waffle. So you're going to find the plus sign. Now, it's a little bit blurry up there, but you're looking for the plus and you're going to need to add a code. You're going to put in your class code. Now that depends on which teacher you have. So there isn't a class code posted here, but there will be class codes posted in our syllabus for this year. So check your teacher's class code to see what your class code is going to be. Once you have added in that class code, it'll bring you to your Google Classroom. And this is what it looks like when you get into my Google Classroom for Mrs. Antiso. So you take a look at the different sections there. I'm going to go over each section with you, but it basically has the stream section, the classwork section, people, and grades. So in the stream section, that is for announcements and reminders from the teacher. So we will only be putting announcements on there if there's something we need to let you know right away, or if there's something we'd like to share with you not related to your classwork, that will be in the stream. So all different kinds of announcements. And then the classwork section, that is for your assignments. So we'll be posting assignments throughout the week for your Google Classroom. Now, Google Classroom has a video tutorial. I'm going to click on that real quick so you can see what it looks like from the student's perspective.
In this video, we are going to show you how to use Google Classroom as a student and make the most out of some of its features. So how to get to Google Classroom is first you will go to Google, and then on the top right you can access the cube and go to Google Classroom that way, or type in classroom.google.com and it will show the classes that you are a part of. And right here from this menu, there's this awesome little button at the bottom that shows your work in your classes. So you can click on that and it will bring up all the assignments and pieces that you have in that class. It's everything that's been assigned to you, and it'll show your grade at the top right if your teacher has grades in that class. And you can go through and see all of your assignments and click on them and access those assignments here, see any grades, and open anything that you need to work on. So you can even click on some filters and see what's assigned and what's already been graded and any missing work that you have. So that view my work option from the main classes page is a great feature, as well as this to-do list. So the to-do list will show anything that you have upcoming in any of your classes. So it'll show things that are due soon and anything that's been assigned. And then you can also see what you've already done in your to-do list. There's also a button here that'll take you directly to your Drive folder, and it'll show you here anything that has a due date in the near future. Now we're in a class, and you can see there's also that upcoming on the left. This is your stream, where it'll show you any new assignments and any announcements. Now in classwork, there's also that view your work shortcut button. So you can click that and go to that same menu. And then on the left, you can filter by topic. So if you have a lot of assignments in your class, you can click on a topic and just see what is under that topic. So scrolling down, you can see anything that is gray is something you've already turned in, and anything that has a bright color you still need to do. And then looking at the icon, you can see the clipboard is an assignment. The one that looks like a bookmark is a material. And then down at the bottom, you can see there's one with a question mark, and that's a question. So we'll show what it looks like when you click on this and open up to answer the question. To type in your answer, it's in the top right corner. And you can go ahead and answer that question and then click that turn in button below, and that will record your response for that question. And then when that's done, it will turn gray because you've completed it. So now we'll look at different types of assignments. So if your teacher has attached something for you to complete, like a Google Doc here, if you click on it to open it up, then there might be a turn in button in the top right when you are done. This will sometimes show up in a Google Doc for you to turn in if the teacher has attached it already to the assignment. Sometimes that turn in button might not always appear, and so you might have to come back here to the assignment in Google Classroom and click that turn in button. The turn in button will always be in the assignment in Google Classroom if it's not in the Google Doc. So there's another type of assignment where your teacher may ask you to attach your own file. And so we're going to open up what that will look like. If there's not a Google Doc or slide already attached in the top right, it will ask you to add or create. And you can click on that and upload your own document or file. And it can go to your drive, and you can choose what file you want to attach to that assignment, and then turn it in just like you would if a teacher had attached a document. You can also add a link to a website you have created or a shareable link to another document. And then click that turn in button just like you normally would on any assignment. So you can always add or create any attachments, and then you can unsubmit and resubmit if you need to edit or change anything to your assignments after you have turned them in. And so there's another feature that's really nice. If your teacher has added a rubric to an assignment, it will show up right there below that assignment. And you can check that before, during an assignment, and then after the assignment, under View Your Work, you can open up that after the teacher has returned it to you with a grade, and you can see that expanded rubric and see what the teacher graded you for the rubric score. And so it will be color-coded with your score in that rubric. So before the assignment, you can see what you'll be graded on with the rubric, and after, you can see your actual grade attached to that assignment. Remember to check that View Your Work button in classwork. That's a great feature. And then you can have rubrics and grades attached to assignments and filter by topics in Google Classroom.
Okay, so that was a helpful video. The only thing different about what we're doing for fourth grade at PBS is instead of organizing by subject or topic, we will be organizing by week. So in that week, you will see the weekly assignments for the week. So when she shows you about science and writing and such, we are just going to organize it by week. So, but there's really good tips in there. Next slide, Google Classroom labels. Fourth grade is going to be working on some labels together so that you have some idea of what our coding means. We're basically going to code our assignment so you get a little more information by just looking at the title. So all the topics will be labeled by week, which I I had already mentioned, so the week of 8/31 to 9/4, for instance. And then they will also have the day of the week. So if the assignment is supposed to start on Thursday, we would note that as Thursday. Emoji coding, we're going to be using an exclamation point for an assignment that will be put into our gradebook. So keep that in mind. It will be some type of assessment or something that's put into the gradebook. Also, the colors, it's going to be color coded so you know which day it has been assigned. So on Mondays, everything will be in red. Tuesdays, everything will be orange, and so on and so forth. If you look at the picture down towards the bottom, this image right here, it shows you again the week at the top for the topic. And then it shows you that this is an assignment. You learned that before. And then the green is that it's an assignment for Thursday, and then you can click on it to see what the actual assignment is. So the color coding is important. The exclamation is important. You know that's going to be a grade. We will also be putting the word assessment on the assignment if you know that that's going to be a test. So make sure that you look for that too. Assignments that go in the gradebook aren't necessarily just assessments. You'll be doing classwork as well too. So keep an eye on this exclamation point and also the word assessment for really important assignments that will be put into the gradebook. Now, at the end, of my class overview of Google, I'm going to have them do a reflection. So I just had that last slide there. But I hope that this was a little bit helpful in giving you some more information about everything having to do with Google Classroom.